Hi, I'm Peter, and I'm back better than ever. Well, the better than ever part is yet to be seen. I've been without uploads on YouTube for much too long. I am back. And I'm hoping now that I can have a much more professional and refined videos. Because if I'm anything, I am the most refined and dignified of the individuals. To a point. Some people may find me of a nutcase, but I am most definitely a nutcase. Going forward, this will become a much more topical series. Maybe not topical to you, but topical to me, or more or less topics that which I have come across, that which I have found interesting, that which I am going to write down in this book. In this book, I got it for free. In this pen, it's like it's a recyclable thing. It's like a paper towel roll, but it's a pen. It's fancy. I swear. For my first topic, I would like to talk about fandoms. Or more specifically, the concept that a lot of fans say that we should just give these series to fans because they will know how to treat it right. And I've always taken issue with that, mainly because of fans. For the most part, they're often just not good storytellers. They know what they like. They love good shows, and they're attracted to very great art. And me, as someone who partake in some of those fandoms, like Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Star Trek, they have good taste. But I don't necessarily trust them to create the next best series connected to the show that I love. Mainly because I've seen their fan theories. Some of the worst ideas I've ever seen have come from fans. And oftentimes they're these fan theories. And they're like, what? And then you see a lot of people are like, oh man, that sounds so great. But it's some of the most worst pieces of garbage you've ever read. And you're like, I sure as hell hope they don't go that route, or else I'm done with this show. I don't trust fans' ability to write. And another common thing you see with fans is their power trip fantasy type characters that they get into. They create these characters that are like super powerful that to some degree is them projecting themselves as that character. And it's not even actually a good character, it's just a power character. And another one is the weird romance stories that fans come up with that make no sense in the canon universe. If they want to write, they want to have fun with the fandom that they love, they can do that. If they want to create their own original offshoot stories for their own amusement and their own enjoyment, and maybe even some enjoyment of other fans who like that too, that's perfectly fine. I am not trying to degrade fandom. I am not trying to say what they're doing is bad or wrong. I'm just saying I don't really want that in my future iterations of the shows that I love. And I don't think they want that either. Because personally, I find a lot of fans don't actually know what they want. And that is why I prefer to let the professional writers have the shows that I love. Because I will trust them to create a better story I couldn't even have imagined, and I didn't even know I wanted. Because they are paid to do it. They've done it for a while. And for the most part, every iteration of the show that you love has been done by professional writers. People who know how to craft a story, know how to craft a story for the big screen, the silver screen, or whatever screen you're watching it on. They know how to craft a story for that medium, and you could trust them to do so because they are professionals. You might make an argument that professional writers are more likely to not care about the source material, or maybe be loose with it, or not respect the material that you love, and to deviate from the traditional canon that you know and understand. But there's a problem with that, and that is fans do not have agreement on these things. So even if you have a fan who is a professional writer who does it, they will always still say they are disrespecting the source material. There'll always be fans who will be upset, always be fans who will be angry, because it's not just like as I imagined it in my brain. There is never going to be a place where you're going to find fans in sufficient agreement to just say this is the perfect show that every fan will be delighted by. It's not going to happen. And so that's why I say I trust professional writers, because in the end, people care more about a good story than they do about adherence to the source material. Because I'm going to be real straight with you. The majority of the audience are not fans like you are, aren't fans like we are. They're not consuming the content because of the content. They're not consuming shows because they love the fandom so much. It's because it's good and they want to watch it. It's kind of like I watch Marvel films, even the ones I didn't like as much. But I do consider them to be important to understanding the narrative that which Marvel is as a whole. So I want to consume as much of it as possible. But that doesn't mean I think all of Marvel is good. There is that level of fan who watch even the miserably bad stuff because they just want to consume as much of the content as possible, as much as the show that they love as possible. But in the end, when it comes to a business, there's not enough of us. There's not enough of you. You fans, we fans, to support these shows, to give it enough watches and big enough audience to make these major studios consider worth it to invest so much time, energy, and money into a project that only a few people are going to even care about. So any show that is made out from a major studio, anyone is going to need to be approachable, going to be accessible to a mainstream audience. And at this point in time, a global audience. That may mean that you may get less shows that are for you, but it does mean the universe that you love will be able to get bigger, and more grand movies and shows. May not be how you envisioned it, but I guarantee you, if the original writer or the original creator was making it, that would still be a reality. Not exactly as you envisioned it. But to some degree, that's what I like about movies. That's what I like about stories. Being surprised. I don't want things to be as I envisioned them. I want them to be better than my vision. Because that's much more exciting. And with that, I thank you for watching. And please hit that subscribe button. You could also leave a little like if you want. You can also comment. Comment down below. All commenters will be thrown into the airlock. If you'd like to see more, you can head over to my channel, see some other videos I've made. I've made some other stuff here or there. But thank you once again for watching, and please excuse me while I fade away gradually until coming to an end. All commenters will be thrown into the airlock. I'll be honest with you. I want to sit back here, but my webcam doesn't focus right. So I need to get a new webcam. Or just start using my regular camera, but that's a harder setup. Anyways,